Welcome to Homestead, Miami, where Daniel Bogdanov has stuck it on pole from Europuff and Charles Hernandez. Then it's Revo, the new championship leader, Remy LeBeau, and Sebastian Ocampo from Akari Lopez, Jonathan Sims, and Tonelli Gabo. The Theo starts 10th from Marcus Nelson and Scatterlin Rosak. Then it's the Red Devil, UK Ball. Linus Eriksson starts 15th from Francis Austin and Devin Butler. Then it's Lawless Leclerc, Oscar Falstad, Awful Catfish, Samus Kynes, and Elliot Deli. 11 races done in season 25 with 13 to go after this. All 5 lights go on in Miami. And we are underway in Homestead, and it's a good start for the man second in the standings. Heading into this race, sends it down the inside at 1, and Puff sees himself shoot into the race lead. Revo tried to follow him through, but has to stay alongside with the Renault Edams driver from France as Bogdanov. Look at that, goes alongside with Puff, coming through the S's. Can't quite get past decisively until there. He's in front. Daniel Bogdanov reclaims the race lead. Puff drifts to the inside to defend from Revo Ocampo. He got a pretty good start there too. He's up into 4th. Remy LeBeau behind these guys, the championship leader heading into this race. Definitely needs a good one as Puff now blasts away into the lead. Revo makes the lunge up into 2nd position. Remy LeBeau up into 4th position with Austin getting a 5-second time penalty. Ocampo almost dropped down to 6th, but he's currently running 5th off the track there for many a driver as they make their way through the tight chicane at this track. It's the only real slow part of this track aside from the 3 hairpins. That entire section of the track. Revo though, he's going for the lunge, sends it down the inside on the Jaguar driver, and it's Revo who's into the race lead. UK Ball, 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. The mid-pack going 3 wide. As Puff now with the inside, heading down into turn 1 again. He's alongside battles around this track, often encompassing multiple laps. For Remy LeBeau, this is not what he wants to see. Puff leading on lap 2. We've got some news from the world of the ERL. Theo and Jonathan Sims confirmed to not be driving in Formula E next season. They will be moving over to Champ Car. We know the replacement for Jonathan Sims, the Season 4 IndyCar champion Nicholas Palomino, will make his Formula E debut with the Sims Motorsport team. As Revo in the slipstream of Puff in front. He's going to go down the inside on him, sends it, goes alongside with him, and is back into the race lead, but won't have attack mode when it matters most. Devin Butler's been given a time penalty for causing a collision. Just a note on these new track sponsors. It's going to be standardized across ERL to have these blocks of sport color and white or black. So it could look a lot better than what we've seen recently. And that's Bogdanov, Daniel Bogdanov to the race lead. Moving up 2 positions, Puff follows him back up into 2nd. Where's Remy LeBeau in all of this? He's only just caught up to the back of the pack. 71% tire wear, so we could see these softs last to about lap 5. 2-stop is possible, but I'm pretty sure if you use the hard tyres, which most drivers probably should have, the 1-stop is probably the way to go for the race win. Puff there, looking for a way to get past Bogdanov in front of him. Or at the very least defend from Revo behind. Red Bull Sims Porsche, by the way, and all of the teams that had special liveries in rounds prior, they've reverted. But Red Bull Sims, well, they are leaning into the Red Bull aspect as the charging bull of Remy LeBeau moves up into 3rd, goes alongside now with his championship rival. He's still got the inside line into the hairpin, and Remy LeBeau leads on lap 3 from 4th to 1st. That's impressive. We've been seeing this man make lunges like that for his entire career, so I'm not too sure why we're too surprised, as Elliot Deli tried something similar and got a time penalty for his troubles. Bogdanov gets past, and we've got Puff actually really struggling going down the straights, and we've got yellows in sector 2. Off the track went a red car there. I think it was Awful Catfish. No, it was Devin Butler. Devin Butler caused the yellow. He's got front wing damage, and no, attack charge to use. Hernandez finds himself in front of both hyperdrives. That Dragon Nissan team will lose sponsorship from the Nissan side as Akari's come in. Akari into the pits. Deli's been given a 10-second time penalty for causing collisions. Falstad and Ericsson all into the pits. So yeah, Dragon will be left to their own devices to continue with that team next season without the help from Nissan. McLaren, of course, leaving Toyota as well. So we're going to see a lot of different colours on the grid next season. Remy LeBeau, by the way, he's outside of attack mode in striking distance, but this man still strikes Sebastian Ocampo into the top 3. You are Puff with a 5-second time penalty contact with Charles Hernandez. These two going side by side. They go way back to their days in Indy cars. And look at that, off the track and into the wall. With man second in the standings. He's in the wall. I think someone else at the very least got close. Look at these guys going so close to the wall. It's a wonder that they haven't touched it. For most of them, they've had 2 yellow flags, no full course cautions, and it's good that we haven't had any full course yellows. As there goes Revo in front of Puff. There's Theo, by the way. We know he's going to Champ Car now, but you know, most of that we believe is down to frustration from not being able to score any points this season. In comes Revo, Puff and Remy LeBeau, so Theo staying out there. He's going to move up into 4th position. He is an ERL race winner, but that win he had in Season 22, we keep stressing this, it's under a lot of controversy due to the way it was timed in Valencia. It was a bug with the game, so we did get it fixed, but still, you cannot take the 38th race win. But he just hasn't really seemed to have the same pace for the majority of the rest of his career, to the point where, well, he hasn't scored anything. Theo was the last of his kind alongside Ray Shen, drivers who debuted in the ERL and Formula E instead of Champ Car, or at least as it was known back then, Indy cars. Gabo makes his way down the inside. He debuted a long time ago in the ERL around Season 14. He finds himself up into 4th. He's in the title battle, but will it be a winning battle for him? Just to know on tyre strategy, guys, Remy LeBeau, we believe, absolutely doing the 2-stop as he tries to find a way past Carlos Sainz and finds his way, but he's put him into the wall by putting him on a less than advantageous line and losing grip for the Spaniard. And Butler dropping down the order. Remy LeBeau, he's out there on the softs after making his first stop. He's pitting again. Jonathan Sims has caused a collision with Theo, and he's been handed a 5-second time penalty for his troubles. I think we're going to see... No, Gabo stays out. Ericsson's got a time penalty. Ocampo came in. Oh, that's very bad for many drivers coming in there. Even worse for Theo. Got held up twice. Another set of softs going on. So, like Remy, he's doing the 2-stop, trying to go for as much pace as possible. Red Devil comes out in front of Theo, so that's how much his race has been absolutely wrecked. So just taking a look at the guys who have pitted. Remy LeBeau in front of Akari Lopez and Revo, then it's Ericsson, Ocampo, Nelson, Puff, Falstad, Hernandez, Rosak, Austin, the Red Devil, Checlerc, Theo, Sims, Cable, and Butler for those who have pitted. Many drivers yet to stop here in Homestead, and you know, I said this quite early on, trying to extend for the 1-stop should be the race-winning strategy, as long as you don't find yourself losing pace. So the hard tyres, I think they would have been a very good starting tyre, because this is a track where it's very hard to defend. Oh, we've got yellows again. Sector 2. Front wing damage for Awful Catfish and Carlos Sainz. Those two possibly both in a collision there. Unfortunate for both of them to have damage. Think they might pit soon anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Lack of grip, 27% in tyre wear for Sainz. What is it looking like for Catfish? 9%. So you can't do 7 laps with these softs. That's what we know. Remy LeBeau has to pit again. And oh, Gabo's come in. Gabo has come down pit row. Kynes and we presume Awful Catfish also into the pits. So the order you see out there, if no moves are made, this might be your finishing order. Ignoring strategy, of course. So Remy LeBeau leading the pack. But he's going to have to pit again, and we know this. We know he's pitting again, so he needs to have a pretty good fight back through the field, like Sebastian Ocampo trying to get past his teammate. He's using the tandem attack mode and charge. Moves up into third position. And U-Cable with the fastest first sector. We've got some clouds here in Miami. Could we have rain today? I wouldn't put it past the series. But at the same time, I wouldn't expect it. Delhi with the fastest first sector of anyone. Making our way through that slow part of the track. And these tyres, they do seem to reach that low grip stage where they've reached the end of their usable life, really, quite differently. For the mediums, we expect them to be around lap 4 of being on them. For the softs, it's around lap 3. And for the hards, well, no one started on them, so we don't really have that much data. Remy LeBeau's already come in for his second stop, and he goes out there on mediums. He can do 6 laps of this race on the medium tyres. Would you want to, is the question. So Sebastian Ocampo now leads, but he's dueling with Akari Lopez. That man in that number 76 Hyperdrive racing car. He struggled with the strategy last time out. Hopefully, Hyperdrive have finally given him the package to get another win, as Bogdasarov breezes his way into second and sees his former teammate. These two are teammates back in Season 13 and Season 14. Bogdasarov was with Ocampo to watch him take his first win and championship. Of course, Bogdasarov debuted the season prior. Akari and Revo going side by side, two legends of the ERL. But Revo holding his nerve, and now he stays in front but doesn't have attack mode. Here comes Bogdasarov, the man who does have attack mode. And Ocampo tries to fight it using the push to pass systems that we have in attack charge, but it doesn't work out. Bogdasarov to the lead here in Homestead. Kynes has set the fastest second sector of anyone, as we're on board with the 10 who's made his way past the 7. Revo looking for a way to get past into turn number 1, and he's already ahead by the time they reach the start-finish straight. So you know he's in front by the breaking point of 1. Revo moves into the podium positions. Volstad's in for his second stop as well, so these hard tyres aren't even lasting long enough for them to be worthwhile to go to even lap 10 if you came in with most of the pack. On board we go with Remy LeBeau, the championship leader. He can see the man second in the standings, dueling away with Theo. And for Puff, look at that, he goes side by side and loses out to the Red Bull driver. The 27 moves up into 7th, into 6th. Can he try and go after 5th placed Charles Hernandez? I don't think he can, as Hernandez goes around the outside on Akari. My goodness, I didn't see that one coming. Puff's been given a time penalty for causing a collision. That will be delightful to hear over the radio for the number 27, who gets attack mode. Once they reach the activation points, he drew level with Akari there. The rear wing opens up, and he's not able to make any inroads. Remy's got a bit of damage, by the way, guys, so could be a bit of a struggle, considering, yes, it's a little bit, but it could lose him a bit of downforce. 4 laps to go. Puff there, dueling away with his teammate over 8th, and I think one of these guys could come in soon. Akari Lopez comes in for his second and probably final stop, barring any punctures. So these tyres haven't really been lasting as long as the teams would have wanted them to. Gabo there in the slipstream of Theo in front. You can see the branding for the ERL Formula E World Series there. as we're now called, but races on YouTube still titled the ERL Formula E Series, so it doesn't matter. Here comes Gabo, gets past first Theo, and you are Puff using just attack charge. Attack mode goes online here. He's closing up to the back of the Red Devil, but isn't using attack charge. He's just using it to get in touch. And coming through this next part of the track, you don't want to make moves here. You try and make a move, you've got a date with the wall coming out of this chicane. As you can see that 99 go through, they're defending from Gabo. But for how long and how well? Because those hard tyres, while if they were the same lap old, yes, the hards would definitely be slower than the softs. Right now, there's still a lot more tread on them than these softs. The softs would make the car squirrel around, as there goes the Red Devil side by side with Marcus Nelson, and swoops his way into 6th position. Revo's coming for his second stop. The Red Devil's in for his second stop. Remy LeBeau now finds himself up in 3rd position, but he's got blisters forming on his mediums. Have Sims Motorsport ruined their championship leading driver on the strategy? I know we're not even midway through the season, but still, there's always that worry. Bogdasarov, you can see him leading the pack there on lap 11 of 14. And he heads down the long back straight now. It's just going to be Formula E action from here on out with the IndyCar series done. Work on IndyCar will, of course, continue as it becomes Champ Car. Most of the teams have started developing their new cars with the ERL02 regs. And we've got Yellows, who's at 4, as Austin went quite wide off the track. It's Checlerc who's got the damage, as the Red Devil goes past Francis Austin. And Ocampo comes in for his second stop. Medium's going on for the DS Hyperdrive man. A little slow on the right side, and Remy LeBeau's in. Remy's in for his second stop, and they've put him on the mediums. Oh no! Well, he couldn't really make it to the end of this race with the mediums out he was on before. He comes out of the pits in 10th, right behind Revo. Ocampo, second of those who have stopped. Akari Lopez currently leads the drivers who have come into the pits. But let's take a look at his soft tyres. What percentage are they on? They are on 66%. It's going to be a struggle to the end of the race. Bogdasarov still leads us, 14 seconds in front of Hernandez, as there goes Jonathan Sims to 5th. Ocampo moves up into 6th. Revo on the back of his teammate gets past him. He's going to go past Sims as well and take 5th position. Meanwhile, further up front, there goes Akari up into 3rd position. There goes Ocampo into 6th. The two DS Hyperdrive men fighting as a pair. As Remy LeBeau looks for a way to get past his teammate, gets past him and puts him into the wall by forcing him onto a line that you really can't take with tyres being that worn. Front wing damage for Jonathan Sims there. And Folstad goes past in that number 4 McLaren TGR car. We're on to the penultimate lap of this race, and it's Daniel Bogdasarov who leads the pack from Charles Hernandez and Akari Lopez. Bogdasarov, I think he only tried the one stop, and well, it's worked out for him. There goes Gabo in front of his countryman in Revo. Revo might be able to salvage a P3 here, as there goes Ocampo past Gabo. Oh, Ewa Puff came in, but the Red Devil, he's got a 5-second time penalty. He caused the collision with Oscar Folstad. Ewa Puff, championship leader, heading into the round prior. He now finds himself down in 20th position and far away from any points. I don't see this working out too well for him. But for Daniel Bogdasarov, he doesn't have to fight anyone. All he's really fighting here is tyres. And honestly, we've only seen drivers hit the wall when their tyres have killed them. Remy LeBeau shoots his way up into third position. He's going to try and chase after Akari now. Over seconds is off the track there for Charles Hernandez. Defends with all he's got with those hards. But all he's got is not enough to keep Ocampo behind. It's enough to keep Revo behind for now. But that hyperdrive man going down the straight with fresher medium tyres, well, only one thing could happen here, and that is the 7 getting past. On to lap 14 of 14, the final lap here in Homestead, Miami for Daniel Bogdasarov. He's only got another lap to go for Akari Lopez. Come the end of this lap, he's going to have to do some serious defending from a definite future world champion. Could he take the championship this season? Could Remy LeBeau? Well, we'll only find out once the checkered flag falls in round 25. Although we have heard rumours of some races being knocked off the calendar, which would reduce the championship length by quite a bit. Remy LeBeau there, side by side with Akari Lopez. Going down the straight here in Homestead, and he moves up into second position, 18 points to move in front of Puff in the standings. Sims has dropped all the way down to 17th. His teammate of Remy LeBeau, Elliot Daly there in that 83, side by side with Carlos Kynes. Remains side by side with Kynes and moves up into 14th. Don't think he's going to do any better than that. But for this man, Daniel Bogdasarov, he's only got one more turn to go. Ocampo gets past this countryman champion. It's going to be a French 1-2 finish here in Homestead, Miami. Daniel Bogdasarov takes victory in Homestead, and he's 5 seconds up on Remy LeBeau. The strategy worked out for Renault Edam's fastest lap for Remy LeBeau. Ocampo, amazing to see him on the podium. His teammate will be 4th, got past him on the line, a 3-4 for hyperdrive. The fight back strategy plan works for most drivers we've seen, which is certainly very interesting to see. Verse Theo, he's got his first points of the season. Leclerc set the fastest third sector, but Verse Theo, he was 8th. He's going to be promoted to 7th. That's his first points of the season. There's going to be celebrations from the Mercedes EQ garage, we know it. Here is your podium. Daniel Bogdasarov taking victory from Remy LeBeau and Sebastian Ocampo. What a top 3 here in America. As for the rest of your finishes, you've got Revo from Lopez, Rotak and Verse Theo getting 6 points, which is 6 more than he's gotten in the rest of the races before. Then you've got Linus Eriksson from the Red Devil and Charles Hernandez, your point scorers. Outside of the points, you've got Falstad, Cable, Gabo, Puff, Deli, Leclerc, Kynes, Catfish, Nelson, Sims, Austin and Butler. So in the driver standings, Remy LeBeau leads on 155 points from Puff and Revo. Then it's Denali, Gabo, Jonathan Sims, Sebastian Ocampo, Daniel Bogdasarov, the Red Devil, Oscar Falstad, Carlos Kynes. The drivers currently making their way into the season 25 chase for the cup. Then it's Cable, Linus Eriksson, Scadolin Rotak, Marcus Nelson, Arthur Catfish, Akari Lopez, Wallace Leclerc, Elliot Daly, Francis Austin, Charles Hernandez, Devin Butler and Verse Theo. In the constructors standings, heading into the next round of the championship, Red Bull Sims Porsche are on 240 points, quite a ways in front of TS Hyperdrive, who find themselves only 1 point in front of Panasonic Jaguar. Then it's Dragon Nissan and Team Edam's Renault tied on points. Then Power Motorsport, MS Amlin and Andretti, McLaren TGR, Mercedes EQ, Pinnacle Motorsport and Mahindra Racing. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL returns.